Hey guys, this is Kendra with Signing Agent Basics coming to you guys live on a Saturday like I normally do. Y'all know I come and hang out with y'all live at least once a month. I'm gonna stop being lazy. I'm gonna try to get it in a few more times with y'all. But you guys know I love hanging out with you, coming to you live, talking to you guys about different things that pertain to the signing agent business and being a signing agent, and hopefully giving you guys some tips and some information that will help you to be a more productive and profitable signing agent. So guys, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me today. I never take it for granted that you guys spend some of y'all's time hanging out with me. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about top dollar tactics for signing agents. And look, if you guys didn't read the little small print underneath the title, more specifically, what I'm going to be talking with you guys about today is negotiating, how to negotiate for the highest and the best fee that you get paid as a signing agent, because you guys know I'm a signing agent, but this information can also transfer over to other things that you are doing as a notary public, whether you are doing specialized notary work, whether you're working with different companies doing notarizations for them. You can use this information on how to negotiate in those areas as well. But of course, first, as I always do, I want to remind you guys to please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, whether you're watching this on Facebook, whether you're watching this on YouTube. And I'm also trying to stream on Instagram for the first time. So we're going to see how that's working out today. Instagram people, let me know. What's up? Y'all like me on Instagram? Do you like me live on Instagram? Let me know if you enjoy that or not. But again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe or the follow button. Again, guys, I go live at least once a month. I put out other content throughout the month, and the way to make sure you're not missing that is to subscribe or follow, and then hit that notification bell if you are on YouTube. So again, you will get notifications when I drop some new content or when I come and hang out with you guys on a live stream. Now, y'all also know I always want to know more about you guys. So do me a favor. I need you guys to tell me a couple of things down in the chat. First thing I want to know is what city and state you are from. I love seeing the different people that come to hang out with me from all over the country. So let me know what city and state you are from. And then let me know whether you are an aspiring signing agent. That means you haven't done any loan signings yet. You're maybe just kind of checking this thing out, just getting started. Or if you are a new signing agent, you've been a signing agent for a year or less. Or if you are a veteran signing agent, you're a pro. You've been doing this thing for more than a year now. So again, let me know what city and state you are in. Let me know whether you are an aspiring signing agent, a new signing agent, or a veteran signing agent. And then I'm going to put you guys on a temporary free payroll, I'm going to need y'all's assistance. There's always some folks who come into the live stream a little bit late and they go, oh my gosh, I missed so much of the live stream. Will a replay be available? Yes, guys, the replay will absolutely be available. The easiest place to go and watch it is on my YouTube channel. So if you guys see anybody come in and they ask, will a replay be available? Hook a sister up and let them know, yes, there will be a replay. Let's see who we've got in the house today. We've got folks here from Pennsylvania. We got people here from Southern California, Ohio, more Cali in the house. We've got some McKinney, Texas. All my Texan folks always come and hang out with me. We've got some veteran signing agents. We've got people here from Michigan. Guys, we've got all kinds of people from all over the country and in all levels of their signing agent business here on this live stream. Keep on telling me, guys, what city and state you're from and whether you are an aspiring signing agent, a new signing agent, or a veteran signing agent. Because, guys, look, I'm excited to hang out with y'all, and I am excited to see where all of you guys are from. So now, the other thing I want to let you guys know is there will be a question and answer session at the end of this video. I always leave time for questions. If you'll do me a favor though, guys, try to hold your questions until the very end. I'm looking at all the comments and stuff come by, and if you ask a question kind of in the middle, it might get lost. And I don't want to miss your questions. I want to answer you guys' questions. So if you can, try to hold your questions until we get to the question and answer session. And then I do want to say, guys, I might not be able to answer all of the questions during the actual video, but I always try to go back, see if I missed any questions, and I try to answer those questions that I see in the comment. And also, if you are watching during the replay and you have a question, again, put that question in the chat, in the comments, and I will do my very best to go back and answer those questions. Also, guys, you will hear me talk about stuff in the description box of the video. Y'all always know I got free things, I got information, I have all kinds of stuff for you guys, and the links for those items I'm going to tell you are in the description box of the video. Now, the description box is on the YouTube version of this video. So again, I'm streaming on Instagram, I'm on YouTube right now, I'm on Facebook, but those links in the description box are on the YouTube video. So to get to them, you got to go over to my YouTube channel, to the YouTube video. If you are looking at this on a laptop or a desktop computer, to get to the description box, look underneath the video, underneath the title, you'll see a little bit of writing, and then you're going to see the word more. Click on that word more. If you're watching this on your cell phone, like most of us do, again, you're going to look underneath the video, look underneath the title of the video, you're going to see the word more, click on that. It's going to open up the description box a little bit, and then you have to click on the word more again. And then when you do all that clicking on more, that's when the description box is going to open, and all of the links and goodies that I have for you guys are there. So then, what do I have in the description box for you guys? Well, there's all kinds of stuff, but two things in particular I want to draw your attention to. First, I have my free new signing agent checklist. If you are an aspiring signing agent, or if you are even a new signing agent, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to download this checklist. New and aspiring signing agents ask all the time, what are the exact steps that I need to follow to get set up as a signing agent? Well, I've got a checklist for you that outlines exactly what you need to do. So click on the link in the description box of the YouTube video and download that free checklist. I also have a free AI guide for notaries in the description box of this video. ChatGPT, AI is becoming a bigger tool in our business, and this AI guide helps you to get started using AI, things like ChatGPT, in your notary and signing agent business. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. Let's see who else we got in here. and whether they are new, aspiring, or veterans. We've got veterans in here. We got people who are getting close to being veterans. We got people who are in Dallas doing this full time. Good to see you. We've got people on the live chat with me for the first time. Good to see you as well. Thank you so much for joining. We've got people here, aspiring signing agents in Alabama. We got my Houston, Texas people. We've got Dayton, Texas people, veteran signing agents. Again, guys, good to see each and every one of y'all today. So now, let's get to the meat of what we're going to be talking about today. And actually, before I get started, I'm going to kind of like zoom back in on myself and tell you guys a story. Basically, what taught me that negotiation as a signing agent is important. So, for those of you who may not know, I've been a signing agent since 2007. And around, I want to say 2011-ish, 2012-ish, I had an opportunity to become the signing agent for a builder here in my city. I live in San Antonio, Texas, for those of you who don't know. And I did not know how to negotiate. This was my first direct business client, and I did not know how to negotiate. Like a lot of new and aspiring signing agents, I was just super excited to get a direct business client. And also, like a lot of new and aspiring signing agents, I just kind of assumed I was going to get paid well and I was going to get paid more because this was a direct business client. So when I first started talking to the builder and the title company, the first thing they asked me is, okay, what's your fee? I didn't know how to negotiate. I didn't know I could negotiate. So at the time, when I was working with signing services back in 2011 and 2012, if I was doing a signing that did not require me to print documents, the average pay at that time was $75. So when I'm working with this builder, I was not going to have to print documents. They were going to have documents printed there. So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, $75 is the amount that you get paid when you're doing a signing and you don't have to print documents. So they asked me, how much do you charge? I told them $75. And they said, okay. What I didn't know is that they had budgeted over $100 for a signing agent for each one of those signings. But because I didn't know how to negotiate, because they asked me what amount I wanted, I gave them a number. That number was lower than what they were willing to pay. Of course, they accepted it, and I don't blame them. They gave me exactly what I asked for at the time. I later found out that, again, they were willing to pay over $100 at the time. And again, this is over 10 years ago, but at the time, they were willing to pay $125. That's what they had budgeted and allotted for signing agents. So I went several years with this company, only getting paid $75 per signing, providing them with error-free signings, exceptional customer service, showing up on time. I mean, I would make it there on time even when this whole city was flooding. I would figure it out and I would get to where I needed to be. But being a signing agent is not a regular job. A lot of us are used to a regular job where you get performance reviews and you get periodic raises and, oh, you're doing a great job, so here we're going to pay you more money. It does not work like that. We're not employees. We're independent contractors. And at the end of the day, guys, we only get paid as much as the market will bear, number one. And number two, we'll only get paid as much as we can negotiate for. So again, I was getting paid $75 per signing when I could have been making $125 per signing. I don't even want to think about how many thousands and tens of thousands of dollars I missed out on simply because I wasn't able to negotiate properly. So over the years, I've learned some negotiation tips, and I'm going to tell you guys what those tips are and how I negotiate to get paid top dollar on all of my signings now. So let's take a look here. Like I just said, guys, I just kind of wanted to remind you because people are like, well, negotiation really isn't that important. It really, really, really is. If you want to make the most money possible as a signing agent and per assignment. I'm going to assume that you guys want to make the most money possible. If you guys want to make the most money possible per signing, let me know in the chat. Put a thumbs up, put a smiley face, put some dollar signs, something, because I personally want to make the most money possible per signing. And here is my thought process. It's a heck of a lot easier to do 2 signings a day at $150 each, so that would be $300 in that day, than it is to do 3 signings a day at $100 each. So if it takes me about an hour to do each signing, to print the documents, to drive to the location, to go through the signing, I could be spending 2 hours to make $300, or I could be spending 3 hours to make $300. To me, it's a no-brainer, right? To me, it makes a heck of a lot more sense to do less work and make more money. And again, that is what negotiating properly will get you. So now, I know a lot of times we kind of get overwhelmed and discouraged by particular words, especially if you haven't been a business owner before, especially if you haven't been self-employed before. Like, I know a lot of people get kind of intimidated by the word marketing when you have to think about marketing for business. Well, again, my channel's name is Signing Agent Basics. I always love to break things down to the basics and the most simple part of it. So when I think of marketing, all I think about is making friends. Marketing is literally just making friends. Friends want to work with you. Friends want to give you business, right? So I don't think of marketing as marketing. I just think of marketing as making friends. And just that mental shift makes marketing easier for me. Well, the same thing goes for negotiation. People hear that word negotiation and they kind of freak out a little bit. But look, negotiation is just discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. It's just talking to people to reach an agreement. So don't get intimidated. Don't get overwhelmed by that word negotiation. It's not deep. It's not hard. It's not tricky. You're just having a conversation to try to reach an agreement. So again, why is negotiation important? Because I'm telling you guys, I did not know negotiation was important when I first became a signing agent. I spent years not negotiating because I didn't know it was important. Well, negotiation is important as a signing agent or a notary public or a specialized notary or an apostille agent because there is no one set fee, right? We are independent contractors, which means there's no minimum wage. There's also no maximum wage. Again, we will get paid as much as the market will bear and as much as we can negotiate for. So that also means that not all signing agents are paid the same. And I know some people are like, that's not fair. I'm gonna tell you, I think that's totally fair because as someone who is self-employed, I became self-employed partly to become the master of my own destiny. I didn't like an employer or somebody else having the power to decide what was going to happen in my life. So I love the fact that there is no one set fee because that means that my effort, my work will be compensated if I'm willing to do the work to get that compensation. So, some of the factors in general that determine how much you can get paid as a signing agent. And again, while these negotiation tips will work for a bunch of different areas, y'all know I'm a signing agent at heart. So I'm going to be talking specifically about signing agent stuff, but you can transfer this information over into other areas. So some of the factors that determine payment amount for signing agents. The biggest thing is going to be, are you working with a signing service or are you working with a direct business client? A lot of people get into this and they don't want to put in the work to build direct business relationships. That's a choice, nothing wrong with it. But then that means you're going to end up working mainly with signing services, and that is going to limit your income potential. And I'm going to talk about why in just a second. Another factor that's going to determine your payment amount is the client's budget. Again, every company sets their own budget, what they're willing to pay for a signing agent. Some companies will pay more, some companies will pay less. Here's a couple of things that are in your control, guys. Your signing agent experience, your signing agent expertise, and your negotiation skill. So again, new signing agent may or may not get paid as much as a veteran signing agent, but it's really going to have to do more with the signing agent's expertise. You can be new and make plenty of money as long as you are good. And again, your negotiation skills. You can be the best signing agent out there, but if you don't know how to negotiate, if you're not comfortable negotiating, you are going to lose out on money. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, as I'm talking about negotiation, though, in this video, this is going to be mainly for direct business clients, not so much for signing service business. And the reason for that is signing services tend to have less wiggle room in their budget, because you have to remember the signing service is kind of a middleman between you and that main client, the title company, normally. So basically, the title company already has a budget. Hopefully, the signing service has negotiated well and they're getting all of that money, but then that money is going to be split between you and the signing service. So signing services usually have kind of slim margins. They don't have as much flexibility to pay you more simply because there's just not room to pay you more. And again, hopefully the signing service has negotiated well, so they're getting more money, because if the signing service is getting more money, hopefully they're also paying you more money. And again, there are still times when you are able to negotiate with signing services to an extent. But again, remember, their margins are smaller, and pretty much very few companies are going to use you if it causes them to lose money outside of emergency situations. So, to maximize your negotiation results, to get the most money that you can, you have to have something that the other party wants. Your negotiation is not going to work if you don't have something that the other party wants. So if you are a signing agent, what does the other party want? The other party wants you to be a really good signing agent. They want you to be a very good signing agent, right? They want you should think of yourself as the best. There is nobody out there that can tell me that I am not the best signing agent in San Antonio, period. I am the best. Now, that's not just a mindset. I've got the numbers to back it up, okay? It's not just I feel like I'm the best, but I don't really do a great job. I'm the best and I do a great job. So, what do these companies consider a great job? Because again, if you're a new signing agent, you may not even know what it is that companies are looking for in a signing agent, or what they consider a great signing agent, an excellent signing agent, or an above average signing agent. So, number one, the most important thing, you got to be error-free, okay? At the end of the day, our job is making sure that all of the documents that we receive are signed properly, dated properly, initialed properly, and notarized properly, okay? So you can't miss any signatures. You can't miss any initials. You can't miss any dates. You can't miss any notarizations, right? Even if you just miss one. I'll hear people say, oh, well, I just missed one signature. Okay, well, if that signature is on the note or the deed of trust or one of the other super duper important documents in the package, that one missed signature is going to cause tons of problems, right? So you basically need to be error free. I honestly cannot think of the last time I missed something. It's been years since I have missed a signature, initial, date, or notarization. You also need to be able to point out basic information in the loan documents. If you're one of those signing agents that says, look, don't ask me no questions, I don't know nothing, I'm just here to get these documents signed and notarized. All you do is point and say, sign here, and you're not able to point out basic information in the documents, you're not a good signing agent yet. You're not bad, but you're not a good, above average, excellent signing agent yet. If the customer has, or the signer has, basic questions like, what's my payment amount? How much money is in my escrow account? Whose name is on the deed? You should know exactly what document to point to where they can find that answer. You also need to be able to correctly instruct signers on who to contact for questions that can't be pointed out in the documents. So there's going to be some things that don't have an answer in the documents, and they are going to need to be answered sometimes before the signer is willing to sign. Well, there's different people depending on the question that need to be contacted. So depending on the question, the signer may need to talk to their real estate agent. They may need to talk to their loan officer. They may need to talk to their title escrow officer. You knowing who the right person is to answer those questions and saying, oh, for that question, you need to talk to your real estate agent. They'll be able to answer that question for you. That's another thing that is going to make you an above average signing agent that's going to be able to negotiate for more money. Because here's the deal. Basic signing agents can't do that. And then it wastes time when the signer has a question and they end up calling 2 and 3 people because you're not able to help direct them on who they need to contact to get that answer. And then you also need to be able to complete signings in a timely manner. I can pretty much get a signing done in 20 minutes, guys. And I have people say, oh, that's too fast. You're not giving a good description. I'm not missing anything. And pretty much every signer says at the end of the signing that, especially if they've done this before, that this was the best description that they were given of all of the documents that they're signing. So you can get this done quickly. You can get this done with good customer service, and you can get this done with 0% of errors. Now, this usually comes with expertise and experience. It comes over time. Again, the most important thing is to be error-free, even if it takes you a little bit longer. But one of the things that's going to set you apart is being able to get through the documents efficiently. So people always ask, all right, how do I get there? And here's the bottom line. Folks don't like to hear it. You need to get training. You need to get training. It's awesome if you are able to pass the NNA signing agent certification exam. But I promise you, that signing agent certification exam does not teach you the things that you need to be an above average signing agent. That is literally the basics and the bare minimum. You need to get some additional training from somebody who actually does this and someone who has been doing this for a while. And that's what I do in my Signing Agent Advanced training program, guys. I teach you everything that you need to know step by step to go from just being an okay signing agent to an above average signing agent. If you want info about my training, you know where the link is. It is in the description box. So we're going to talk really quickly, you guys, about negotiation styles. Because before you even negotiate, you need to understand that there's different styles of negotiation. I'm going to talk about the 2 biggest negotiation styles that people have. And at the end, you'll probably already figure it out. But at the end, I'm going to tell you which negotiation style I think is going to be better. So when you're negotiating with people, there's an approach, right? You're coming up to them, you're talking to them, you're trying to approach them for business. A cooperative negotiator focuses on collaboration and finding mutually beneficial solutions. They seek to build rapport. Basically, they're saying, hey, I want this to be good for both of us. The aggressive negotiator adopts a more competitive and confrontational approach. They use pressure to achieve goals. Then we've got communication. So you've approached this potential client, but you got to talk with them to negotiate, right? Remember, negotiation is a discussion. So the cooperative negotiator uses active listening. This is so important, guys. They use active listening and understands the interest and needs of all parties involved. So not just what you need, but also what your client needs. And the cooperative negotiator emphasizes finding common ground and compromises. On the reverse side, the aggressive negotiator uses forceful communication, and they may employ tactics such as intimidation, threats, or manipulation. And then the third thing when you're negotiating is goals, right? We have a goal. Our goal is generally to make more money, right? But guess what? The other party has goals as well. So with the cooperative negotiator, your goal is to reach a win-win outcome. Not just you, but the other party needs to win as well. So both parties feel satisfied with the agreement. They are willing to make concessions to reach that agreement. And then you've got the aggressive negotiator. They're only focused on maximizing their own gains, even if it harms the other party. They may prioritize their interest over building long-term relationships. So after hearing that, guys, let me know in the chat, in the comments, which do you think is better? The cooperative negotiator or the aggressive negotiator? And while you guys are putting in there, I'm going to tell you guys the truth, the reality. My natural inclination is the aggressive negotiator, right? Some of us have to know ourselves, and we have to know who we are and where we are. My natural inclination was the aggressive negotiator, but as I see some of you guys already putting in the chat, the better option is the cooperative negotiator, right? So that meant I had to be really, really mindful every time I went into a negotiating effort to make sure that I was taking my time to listen to what the client needed, to make sure that this was going to be a win-win for both of us, to be willing to make compromises to reach the best outcome for both of us. And I know a lot of people are saying, I know I'm a cooperative negotiator. I'm a cooperative negotiator, no problem. I see a lot of people are in the beginning, but then the moment they don't get what they want, their style switches from cooperative to aggressive. So again, whichever negotiation style you have or whichever negotiation style you think you have, as you are negotiating, every sentence you say or write, if you're sending an email, every conversation you have, look at it at the lens through the lens of a cooperative negotiator and be honest with yourself and say, am I really being cooperative in this negotiation? Because that mindset shift right there was another thing that made me more successful in my negotiations with companies. Once I kind of figured out that I can lean a little aggressive sometimes. All right. So, next thing, guys, you need to come to the table prepared. Okay. And again, if you are a new or aspiring signing agent, you may not even know what being prepared means. So, you need to already know what the general needs of your client is. For most people, you're dealing with title companies, you're dealing with escrow officers. Do you even know what an escrow officer does? Have any of you looked to see what the job description of an escrow officer is? Have any of you really sat down and spoke to an escrow officer about their job, what they do, what the challenges of their job is? Or have most of us, and again, myself included, because this is a mindset shift that I had to make as well, or did most of us pretty much walk in and go, escrow officer, that's the person that's going to give me the money. Let me just go figure out what I need to do to get money from them. Okay. We need to know the general needs of our client. Guys, we got Google, we got ChatGPT, we got all kinds of tools where we can look up and see what the general needs of different positions are. And again, especially if you're new to mortgage and real estate, you need to find out, what do escrow officers do? What do loan officers do? What do real estate agents do? Not just what you already think about it, but do a little more research on it. Then you need to ask specific questions to your client or potential client to figure out their specific needs. Here's the thing, guys. You can't give people what they want or what they need if you don't know what they want or what they need. And again, too often what a lot of us do, and again, myself included in the past, but too many times what a lot of us do is we assume we know what they need. And then we try to give them what we think will fit that need. But that may not be what they need. And then it's like, if only there was some way we could know what they need. Guess what? You can. You can ask them. Ask them, what do you need out of a signing agent? What traits are the most important to you in a signing agent? What are some of the things that you liked about other signing agents? And what are some of the things that you disliked about signing agents? So that way you can make sure that you are fulfilling that specific client's needs. And that is going to make you a better signing agent in their eyes. Because here is the reality, guys. Signing agents are a dime a dozen. Okay. Title companies, lenders all know how to find a signing agent, right? There's tons of signing agents out there. You need to set yourself apart. You need to show them that you are not just a basic dime a dozen signing agent. You need to show them that you are excellent and above average. And you also need to build the relationship, find out what they need, and then be able to specifically tell them how you are going to be able to meet that need. These companies already have a budget for a signing agent. They already know they're going to have to pay you, right? But they also have a choice. So make sure that you stand out as the signing agent that they don't mind spending their money on. All right. All right. So now down to some of the nitty gritty bones of negotiation. And probably my biggest tip, and this is not just my biggest tip, but negotiation 101 basically says do not make the first offer. There's a saying in negotiation that whoever names a price first loses. And this is where I also see a lot of new and aspiring and even veteran signing agents totally miss out on how much money they can make. Go back to the story that I told you guys about the builder that I work with. They asked me, how much do I charge? And I gave them a number. I named a price first. And I lost. I lost money per deal. And I did at that time probably about 10 deals a month. Yeah, about 10 deals a month with them for about, 3-4 years at that time, at that amount of money. So again, do the math. I was losing hundreds and thousands of dollars. I lost because I named the price first. If I had just asked them how much they were willing to pay, I could have accepted that higher amount. But I named the price first, and so I lost. And a lot of new and aspiring signing agents get okey-doked because companies will automatically ask you, hey, send us your price list. Tell us how much you charge. And you guys are so sweet and so obedient. They tell you that, and you immediately name your price first, and you send over your price sheet or you send over the amount that you want to get paid. And they look at it and go, okay, it's less than what they were willing to pay you, but since you're willing to accept it, they are going to pay it. These companies, again, guys, they have a budget. You're not the first signing agent that they've worked with. They have an amount that they are willing to pay for a signing agent. So look, it's not bad. It's not wrong to receive 100% of the money that they have already budgeted for. You're not yanking money out of their pockets. You're not forcing them to give you more money than they're willing to give. They already have a budget for it. But again, the point of business is to make a profit. And if you say out of your own mouth that you are okay with a lower amount than they have budgeted, they are going to pay you that lower amount. They're not bad. They're not wrong. This is business. Okay. So now I always get this and people go, okay, I hear what you're saying, but how do I say that? Because the company told me to tell them how much do I charge. So if a potential client asks you how much you charge, just ask them or say something like this. Because again, you don't want to be an aggressive negotiator, right? You don't want to tell them, you just tell me how much you're willing to pay, okay? You want to say it in a cooperative manner. So I would say something like, hey, I would love to work with you and your team. And I want to make sure that my services fit in your budget. So how much do you normally pay for a signing agent, right? That doesn't sound mean. That doesn't sound aggressive. It sounds cooperative. I'm cooperating with them. I want to make sure I fit in their budget, right? So I turn it back around on them to get them to name the price first. Because again, whoever names the price first loses. And so what normally happens then, because again, the company already has a budget, they'll say something like, well, we normally pay X amount for purchase or refinance signings. And I'm going to tell you guys, normally that amount is going to be more than you were willing to ask for. it's probably going to be higher than the number that you were going to say. So if that amount works, then just accept it. You know, if you were thinking 100 and they say, well, we normally pay 150, keep your poker face on and go, well, you know what? I would love to work with you guys. I think that works. You ain't got to do no big happy dance. Do it on the inside. You don't have to do a big happy dance in front of them, right? Now, I will say 9 times out of 10 that works to get me more money, or at least the amount that I was thinking of. But occasionally, you will have a company that offers you lower than what you were willing to accept. So now it is okay to name your number. So if I'm thinking in my head, I want to get paid $100, just throwing a fake number out there, and the company comes back and says, well, we only normally pay 50. So I would be like, ooh, I would love to work with you guys. However, my normal fee is 100. And then they can decide if they're willing to pay that higher fee, or the two of you, if you are willing to go down on your fee, can negotiate for something towards the middle. It's okay, guys. Do not be afraid to do this. This is business, okay? This is business. It is okay to make these business type moves and have business type discussions. So now, if you do have to name a price though, do not go too low. Again, a little back and forth, a little conversation, a little discussion is okay. And again, direct business clients' budgets are usually higher than you think. Because here's the deal. Whatever price you agree on is going to be your price for the foreseeable future. Again, we don't get reviews and raises, okay? So whatever price you agree on, are you going to be okay with that price for a year, 2 years, 3 years? Because you do not want to regret your choice later. Now, something else you can do. You can also negotiate a temporary low price with a set increase in the future. So let's say the company's like, I'd love to pay you 100. That is a little bit higher than what we normally pay. We're willing to pay that if you're exceptional, but I don't know if you're exceptional yet. So I might say something to them like, hey, okay, let's do this. You normally pay 75. I'm willing to do my first 3 signings with you guys for $75. And then after that, if you guys realize that I'm an exceptional signing agent, are you willing then to increase my fee to the fee that I want? Okay. And if they say yes, great. But make sure you have this in writing. Follow it up with an email if this is a phone conversation. And also make sure that how they are defining a good, exceptional, amazing signing agent, that they give you some type of metric. Like if they need to say, okay, well, if you can get us these signings back and these 3 are all error-free, then yes, we're willing to increase the amount that we pay you. So make sure there's an understanding of what that metric is. And then when you send in your invoice, don't just send it for the lower amount. Show your actual fee that you wanted. Then do a line item for the discount that you are giving them. And then show the discounted amount. And even add a note to the invoice like this is 1 of 3 of a special discount or something like that. So that way, again, they know this is not your normal fee. You're willing to do this on a temporary basis. And that temporary basis is clearly written out. And last thing, I think, because I'm running out of time, do not be afraid of silence, guys, and do not get discouraged by no. Especially if your negotiation is occurring by email, there may be delays in response. So I know you are super excited. You're super eager, to get this worked out and hopefully start making the money that you want to make. But again, more than likely, this escrow officer does this often, and they're doing a lot of other stuff during the day. The reality is your email is not their top priority, okay? So don't freak out if you don't get an instant response while you are communicating via email. If it takes them more than 24 hours to respond, you can send, another email to them, but don't get discouraged if it takes 30 minutes, an hour, a couple of hours for them to get back to you. This is also why I prefer to do negotiations face to face, but I know for a lot of people that's kind of nerve-wracking. So if it is easier for you to do it via email, do it via email. But again, keep in mind that there may be delays in communication. And also, do not get discouraged by a no. A no is usually just a not now. Ask clarifying questions to find out why they're not willing to pay you the amount that you want to get paid. And again, all of this, guys, is saying that you still have to be in the realm of reality for the market. Okay. You can't look for $1,000 for signing or something crazy like that. Continue to follow up with this person and continue to build the relationship with that potential client. And again, guys, make sure that you're getting training. The better signing agent you are, the more efficient you are, the more effective you are, the easier it is to negotiate because you have the skill that these folks want. Whew! All right. I am now in the question and answer portion of this video. Hopefully that all made sense, guys. Hopefully that made sense. And hopefully you can see by just how to make a few little shifts in how you think about negotiation and how you approach negotiation can help you make a lot more money as a signing agent. My thing is, I want to work smarter, not harder. Again, I'd rather do 2 signings a day at $150 each than 3 signings a day at $100 each. And the thing too, guys, that I also want to point out with you, you can't just watch this video and this instantly happen, right? This is a mindset shift. For a lot of people, this is going to feel uncomfortable at first. Again, you're going to be anxious. You want to start working with these companies. You feel like, oh, if I ask for too much money, they're not going to use me. So it's going to take some time for you to get comfortable with negotiating. The first couple of times that you do it, you may make some mistakes. That's okay. That's how we learn. Again, guys, everything that I teach, I know it now because I screwed it up. I probably screwed it up bad. And I screwed it up for years. So this is what I learned from the School of Hard Knocks. And you guys don't have to go through the same hard knocks that I went through to learn this. So guys, again, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. I'm going to scroll up. I thought I saw a couple of folks who had some questions or made some comments. Let's see. Fatima said, what's scary is talking to people. I don't want to say the wrong things. And that is totally understandable. But guys, here's the reality. You're not going to get better at it if you don't practice. If you're too afraid to do it, you're never going to get better at it. When we were babies, to learn how to walk, babies fall down all the time. Sometimes they fall down hilariously, right? But you have to fall down in order to learn how to walk. It's the same thing with negotiating. You're not going to feel comfortable with it the first several times you do this. It's going to take time. You have to practice. Let's see. Fatima asks, what makes you stand out? So I don't know, Fatima, if you're asking me specifically what makes me stand out or what makes signing agents or a signing agent in general stand out. I'll say this. It's kind of the same thing. Number one, being error-free. Don't make mistakes. The number of signing agents who are even veterans who have been doing this for a long time, who still make mistakes, drives me insane. If it drives me insane, I know it drives title companies, lenders, all these other people insane because it takes hours, days, weeks sometimes to correct the mistakes that never should have been made in the first place. So to stand out, number one, you got to be error-free. Again, number two, you need to be able to give a good description of the documents. Number three, you need to be able to point out things in the documents, especially common questions. You need to be able to guide signers to the right party if they have a question that you cannot answer. You also need to be able to get this done efficiently. Nobody wants to sit in a 2-hour signing, okay? I can get this done in 20 minutes. And again, the number of people I hear go, oh my God, I thought this was going to take hours because my last signing took hours. I'm like, that's ridiculous. It don't take all that, right? You need to have those different skills. And then obviously having a little bit of personality also helps as well. So you definitely want to stand out. Let's see. Fatima also said some places want you to have loan signing experience. Of course, everybody, their dream list is for you to have experience. But again, what's more important than experience is being able to do this right. You can be a brand new or nearly brand new signing agent, but if you can demonstrate to them that you can do a signing with all of the skills that I listed before, They don't care. And again, we're talking about direct business clients and not signing services, okay? They have a lot more flexibility on who they are willing to work with. All right, let's see what else we have got going on here. Fatima also said that she's talked with people before. And yes, the first thing they do is ask you what your price is. Look, that's because they're better negotiators than most people are. It's because they already know whoever names the price first loses. But now you guys know that secret. So you ain't going to fall for that okie doke, right? And again, this is with direct business clients. Again, with signing services, they're pretty much going to tell you this is the amount that we're willing to pay. And again, there's not as much wiggle room to negotiate with signing services. Let's see here. This person has a question. How do I find a closing company or they find me? So most people will sign up with signing services. That's how you get business from signing services. And to find direct business clients, you have to market. You have to go out and find them. There's a lot of different ways to do that. And that is one of the things that I teach in my Signing Agent Advanced Training Program. I teach you how to sign up with signing services, how to sign up on SnapDocs, how to maximize your SnapDocs profile. And I also teach you my tricks and tips on how to go out and market for direct business. Can't answer that in a question. That takes videos just like this one. And this, again, is why training is important, because training will teach you how to go out and market for direct business. Let's see. Is there a different process to do the loan signing online rather than going to a customer? So I will tell you this. The majority of mortgage loan signings are still done face-to-face on paper. There are a few mortgage companies, a small percentage of mortgage companies that are okay with loan signings being done electronically or online. But the vast majority of mortgage loan signings still take place face-to-face on paper. We as signing agents cannot decide to do a loan signing online or electronically. That has to be approved ahead of time by the lender, title company, and attorneys. So for the most part, if you want to do loan signings, you are going to do loan signings face-to-face on paper, old school. Mortgage companies are slow to make changes like that. So for the foreseeable future, guys, you should expect that if you're doing loan signings, that it is going to be face-to-face on paper. How do you get started? How do you get training for signing agents? You go to my description box. You click on my free new signing agent checklist, which tells you all the steps. And then you also sign up for my Signing Agent Advanced Training Program. Again, guys, it is going to give you the advanced training and information that you need to be that above average excellent signing agent so that you can make more money per signing so you don't have to work as hard. So look, I'm gonna tell you guys, again, I've been doing this since 2007. I know when you're a new signing agent, pretty much any amount that you are given is exciting. You will probably still make more money than you were making at your old job. But I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. Y'all know I always tell you the truth. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna get tired of driving around town, ping-ponging back and forth all day doing signings. And it'll become clear to you, ooh, again, if I can do 2 signings for a higher amount, that makes more sense than doing 3 signings at a lower amount. Okay. So again, once that initial excitement wears off, once that initial, ooh, this is awesome, being a signing agent wears off, you are definitely going to want to know how to maximize your income. Can I give examples of when calling the real estate agent, escrow officer, signing service, etc., is appropriate? Yes. So like, let's say you're sitting at the table and the signer says, oh no, my sales contract said the sales price of this property was $210,000 and these documents say that it is $250,000. Talk to the real estate agent, because there was a whole sales contract that was drawn up. And what happens, and I'm not telling you to tell them this whole explanation, I'm just trying to explain this to you. I would tell them reach out to your real estate agent. And the reason for that is there's a sales contract that the real estate agent helps the buyers and the sellers negotiate. The sales price is listed there. And then sometimes further negotiations happen. And sometimes the sales price gets changed. And sometimes people don't remember that the sales price got changed, right? So in that question, I would say, hey, talk to the real estate agent. They will verify for you what the contract agreed sales price was. They'll talk to the real estate agent. If there was a change that was done, the real estate agent will remind them. If there is a question, let's say about interest rate, you're looking at the note and the interest rate says 6.5%. And the signer says, oh no, my loan officer said it was supposed to be 6.25%. They need to talk to their loan officer, right? And the loan officer is the person who set the loan up for them. If there is a document in the package that is specifically from the title company, because there's different entities that draw these documents up. The lender draws up some, the attorneys draw up some, and the title company draws up some. If there is something incorrect on one of the documents from the title company, then they need to talk to the title company to see why that information is on there. Maybe there's a form that says that they have a judgment and the signer says, no, that's not me. I don't have that judgment. Well, that's something that they need to talk to the title company about. So again, those are 3 quick examples of different questions that may come up at a signing that 3 different entities need to answer. And again, you being able to quickly know who the right person is saves so much time. If you direct them to the loan officer for a question that the real estate agent needs to answer, that's a waste of time. If you direct them to the real estate agent on a question that the title company needs to answer, that's a waste of time. If you can't help direct them anywhere and they got to figure it out on their own, it's going to be a big waste of time. So you having that knowledge on who to direct them to makes you a good, excellent, above average signing agent. All right, last one we got here. I still haven't gotten over the nervousness to do my first signing. I discourage myself and think that I don't know what I'm doing. What are the best apps to join to get signing? So again, guys, good training, good mentoring will help you feel more prepared. And then the best places, if you just want to sign up for signing services, SnapDocs is one of the biggest ones. Notary Cafe, Notary Rotary, American Notary USA, and then there's just different lists of signing services that you can sign up for. I keep saying last question, but then I see more questions popping up. When the signing agent is doing the closing, who's there? Loan officer, real estate agent, or just the buyers and the signing agent? So for the majority of my signings, it is just me, the signing agent, and the signers. Sometimes real estate agents will come. Sometimes loan officers will come. I personally like it better when they're not there because they talk too much, in my opinion. But here in Texas, we don't need nobody else. It's just us and the signers. So that is who is normally at our signings. If loan terms are not accepted by the borrower during the signing, should I stop the signing? The signer is going to stop the signing because if the signer does not agree with the loan terms, they're not going to sign it. And so this is when I would direct them to their loan officer to discuss whatever has happened. And then, the signer can decide whether or not they want to proceed or not. I tell people all the time, they don't pay me enough to break kneecaps and ankles to try to force people to sign these documents. It's totally up to them if they want to sign these documents or not. If they don't want to sign them, okay, I totally understand. So you won't have to stop the signing. If they don't like it, they are going to stop the signing. All righty, guys. So again, make sure you go down to the description box. I've got all kinds of goodies in there, even some things I did not list. I've got my script on how to describe the most important documents in the package. I've got all kinds of goodies there. I've got a free webinar link down in there for you guys. I'm telling you, it's like Christmas in the description box. Make sure that you check it out. But guys, hopefully this video has helped you out. Hopefully this live stream has helped you to know what you need to do to negotiate the best payment. And again, if you don't take anything else away from this, guys, remember your best negotiation tip is going to be an excellent or above average signing agent. Guys, I'm also going to go back through the comments and the chat and the replay, people. So if I did not get to your question, I'm going to do my best to answer the questions that you have that I might have missed. Again, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will be notified, because you don't want to miss out on my future live streams. Guys, thanks again for hanging out with me on a Saturday. I appreciate you guys, and I hope that each and every one of you has a productive and profitable day. Bye, guys.